Hi, I'm Stephen. I'm a multidisciplinary designer with a focus on architecture, interiors, and furniture design. And today, we are going to redesign the Bayag house from Four Sisters and a Wedding. Obvious ba at this point na paboritong movie natin ang Four Sisters? And also, it's been 1 year since I posted my first video, which is also about the Four Sisters and the Wedding. And yeah, first of all, I want to preface na gets ko naman na yung Bayag House, this is part of their character design. Yung pagkatsugi niya, gets. I just want a make-believe client at the moment. I was gonna film something serious this week, but there is literally a war going on outside those very windows. So, you know what? I don't want to ruminate this week. This week I want to magbahay-bahayan with the Bayags. What if magpa-renovate sila in 2026 tapos ako yung architect? Let's see what we can make. There's 4 major parts of the house na pinakita sa movie. Yung living room, yung dining room, yung outdoor area. I'm gonna call it the garden, and like the overall exterior of the house. And yeah, based on my research, this is a real house in Batangas. And can you guess whose house it is? It's the house of none other than Joel Cruz, the Lord of Sense. It's in Batangas. It's big. Merong video sa YouTube, Chris TV. House tours ng Chris TV kasama si Melay and Jason. And you should watch it. It's huge. I actually went down a rabbit hole trying to find this house. Apparently, may bahay din si Joel Cruz sa Tagaytay, sa Baguio, tsaka sa Japan. And he's got like a big ass family. Good for him. But this house, out of all his house, I feel like ito yung una, and he's trying out a lot of things here. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of things here doesn't work for me. Hey, as if he's gonna watch this video, I'm gonna be honest. it's giving 2005, which is fair. It was designed during that time, and maybe it's time for a refresh. The entire concept is, what if walang budget? Kasi nga, this is the Bayag house. I still need to like have some constraints. Kasi gagawin natin kliyente si Janet Bayag. I'm gonna think of her as like the main client. I just feel like, Janet would be super hands-on with the redesign of her house. I might be overthinking this. But I listed down some things that I need to be reminded of while picking out her stuff. First, it should be maximalist. It should be too much. In the most Janet Bayag sense. And it should be whimsical. I feel like she would be open to weird design choices. It should be dramatic. It should be colorful. And we should use brands on brands on brands. I feel like her house is the epitome of... Nakita ko to sa Europe, so I bought it. You know? Yeah. Okay. First, let's go through the living room. While watching the short clips from the movie, right off the bat, there's a big artwork hanging on the left side of the screen. Tapos napansin ko yung gold plated na air conditioner. What the hell? Tapos yung sofa the Rococo sofa. Tapos may weird wall accent sa right side. And then, sa kabilang view, exposed columns. See, my thing about the exposed columns like this, lalo na sa bahay, parang pag may malaking column ka, tas wala siyang any kind of decoration or cladding, parang mall. We should fix that. Okay? The red carpet sa stairs, this is completely unnecessary and low-key a waste of money. Yeah, I don't like carpet sa stairs. Carpet as area rugs, yes. Sa stairs, no. This is not the Ritz. Well, it could be. Well, the Bayags, unleave funds, so okay, but I still don't like it. Merong artwork sa landing ng stairs sa taas, tapos yung railings, weird. And lastly, the sheer lack of warmth in the space. Walang wood, walang wall paneling. Yeah, we should add warmth. Make it more inviting. I want to start off with the structural changes. Well, the facelift changes. Yung mga bagay na kailangan natin magbakbak at mag-construct. Una, yung hagdanan, I would make it this solid, monolithic, very modern spiral staircase. Tapos, imbes na magkaroon ng carpet, I would add wall finishes and marble finishes sa loob. There's still visual interest, there's still a sense of luxury, but it's not like on your face. And it would actually give, luxury instead of a red carpet. And then, wall paneling. Just to add warmth. And mataas yung ceiling niya, so I would suggest this kind of wall paneling. It doesn't have to be all the way up. It could still be a vibe. Also, adding trimmings sa mga entryways. I think that's, it's cute. Also, instead of that big ass painting, I would suggest a tapestry. Earlier, I said this isn't the Ritz, but maybe it is. Adding a tapestry instead of that weird artwork. I feel like that's the direction naman na gusto niya i-take, na medyo European, Western. So okay, let's do that. Okay, furniture sa living room. Sa living room, I feel like dapat sa sofa talaga nagsa-start, since that would be the biggest space consumer in the living room. Sa sofa niya, I want to pick something that is fringed. A fringe sofa. This specific one is from Soho Home. And since medyo rococo yung style ng sofa niya ngayon, I wouldn't take as much of that European-ness away. So adding fringe would be a more minimalistic way of doing it, but still there's that visual interest. Next, I saw this high heels armchair by Dea on Pinterest, and I was like, yes, this is something that Janet Bayag would absolutely love. Is this not giving fashion superstar or a mother-in-law? It does! Tapos, area rug. Since yung color scheme niya right now is very cool, there's a lot of blues in her home, I would pull that back in with this area rug from Layered Interior. Also, look at the pattern. So cute. Coffee table. Again, whimsy, interest. This is by Kelly Wersler, the GOAT. Um, Next is this LC4 lounge chair. This is designed by Le Corbusier. And the reason why I picked this is I feel like she would enjoy something na may animal print. Right? I feel like she would enjoy animal print. Also, it's coming back. I feel like 2026 is the year of animal print. We've been saying it for the longest time. Animal print is coming back. I think this is the year. I think it's actually coming back this year. Floor lamp. This one is from CB2. These are super luxury, pero it's still fitting the vibe. So, yeah. Side table and stool. For the side table, I picked this Roberto Lazzaroni side table, and the stool is designed by me. I feel like she would enjoy the whimsy shape of the stool, which would be, in this case, a side table. These are the brands that I used for this space. If you want them, you can screenshot now for the details. And this is how it would look like all together. I also added some form of greenery. I feel like that huge window sa likod nung living area niya, adding a greenery would kind of pull the outdoors in to have that kind of relationship, indoor-outdoor relationship, you know? I think in terms of color scheme, there's still a lot of blues from the tapestry and from the rug, but also having this warmth in her space. Next is the dining room. Okay. There's this weird buffet table na may attached mirror. I hate that. Yuck. The chandelier is not giving. Let's remove that. The lacquered furniture, absolutely not. The aquarium, no. Remove. The weird, the neoclassical curtains. I hate these curtains. Oh my gosh. And the color. Why green? Why? Bakit na? Teal? Green? What is this? Gets 2005? Slay. 2026? We are going to paint over this. In fact, we are going to make it wood panel again, but in a lighter shade. I feel like mas malaki yung windows sa living room, so we can afford to have darker wood panels. Pero sa dining room, mas mababa yung ceiling, mas konti yung light coming in. So, yeah, lighter wood and white ceiling. Maybe change the floor to this parquet finish. Maybe not. I think right now it's like this white marble. Fine, it's also fine. First is the dining table. This is also the largest space consumer in a dining room, so we always should start with a dining table. The dining table is from Fendi. It's this green marble finish, super nice. I think madaming designer na nagsasabi na don't use marble sa dining and kitchen. Honestly, if you can afford, do it. Who cares? Get someone to clean it. What the hell? The chairs is from Boca de Lobo. I feel like Boca de Lobo, if you know, you know. This is something, or this is a store kung saan the Bayags are gonna love this. If I can like take more things from them, I would. Pero this is the most that I can do. A lot of their stuff is a bit extra, to say the least. Carpet, Right now may carpet dun sa existing dining room nila, but I would add this Fendi carpet again. Halata ba na gusto ko sa Fendi? Uh, they have good stuff. It's pretty standard. This Fendi carpet is pretty standard. Honestly, it can go also with the living room, but I think it's a better fit for the kitchen. The pendant light is from Kenneth Cobonpue. I think this barnacle inspired lamp would look so nice. And I also think she would support local designers, but to an extent. Kasi nga, she would still buy things from Europe. Let's be honest. Rich people do this all the time. Credenza, again, from Kelly Wersler, the GOAT. It's this plywood. It's not plywood, it's more of a layered solid wood finish that I really, really like. On Instagram, this has mixed reaction, but personally, I like it. To be fair, I like everything that she does. So maybe I'm being biased. Tapos, painting. Yeah, I feel like the green table is gonna be a little too green for the space. It's gonna take up a lot of real estate in our eyes. So I want to contrast the green with something red. This specific painting is from Erica Mayo. She is a Filipino artist, and she's on Instagram. She's one of my mutuals, and I really love her work. I think that her textures would look so good on anywhere. I love her work. And this red would contrast the green so well. And also there's also in this specific work there's greens that would match the greens of the dining table. And yeah, tableware. Hermes, of course. Yeah, Hermes. I feel like when we're designing dining rooms, nakakalimutan natin i-design din yung tableware. That should be a consideration. Tableware, napkins, and lastly, the glassware. This is by Jason McDonald in collaboration with Solange Knowles. I love this set. Every time I see this on Pinterest, I'm like, oh, that's Jason McDonald. Di ko alam kung ano yung sumapi kay Solange Knowles at nag-design siya ng glassware. Pero good for her. Ang ganda. The hell? These are the brands that I used for this space. If you want them, you can screenshot now for the details. And this is how it would look like all together. The warmth from the wall panel and the carpet would look amazing with this cooler shade of green from the dining table. Kinuha ko yung green, so existing nila, yung green wall nila, tinranslate ko siya into objects instead of having a green wall. And actually gets ko yung psychology naman kung ba't green, kasi nga 'di ba green is for appetite, nakakatakam, and red then, so I added red. Yeah, this is how it would look like all together. I really like it. And also there's floral arrangement. Dun sa scene merong floral arrangement, pero it's giving undas. Like, who does that? Ba't naman ganun yung flowers sa dining room? Let's do this. Tulip arrangement instead. Okay, the outdoor area. There's a lot of things going on here. First, this gazebo. Let's address this gazebo. Yung gantong style ng architecture is very Victorian. Traditionally, the Victorians would add a fake Greek or Roman ruin in their backyards to signify that they are wealthy, number one, and number two, that they are cultured, that they know what's happening in history, what happened in history. And ginamit din siya nung Dark Ages by the Medici. And I don't know, traditional architecture, Manila by Daniel Burnham. Ginamit din siya to design civic buildings, even in Washington, D.C. And apparently, ginamit din siya ni Joel Cruz. Um, why? God, I don't know. But I see the vision. There's a potential. We're going to address this later. And the furniture. This plastic rattan furniture, this has to go. If you're rich and you're in the Philippines, I've nakita ko to all the time. Para ang sa akin lang, if you have the budget, why would you stick to low quality furniture, outdoor furniture? Like, what's the point? You already spent this much money in your house. Splurge. Kasi yung furniture, yun yung gagamitin mo every day. Especially the outdoor furniture. This needs to endure the seasons, the typhoons in the Philippines. These types of furniture will not age well. I promise. We will also be addressing those. And lastly, the sheer lack of landscaping. Why do rich people like lawns so much? It doesn't make sense. If you have the space, magplant ka ng trees, ng plants, ng flowers, anything. But not grass. Why? Okay, galit na galit. Okay, these are my proposals for the outdoor space. First, just add more greenery. Plants. Yung lawn, tanggalin natin yan. Meron ka ng walkway, okay na yon. Yung damo-damo, tanggalin natin yun. Lagyan natin ng plants. Next, yung pool area, I would add this border. I think she would really appreciate this, especially with the kinds of furniture that we're going to put. Medyo, classical style pa din. It's keeping in theme. Next is the gazebo. We're gonna add, number one, plants. We're gonna make them crawl up the columns and then add plants. But while that's happening, lalagyan din natin siya ng covering. This outdoor fabric that can be it could be a shade. That portion can actually be useful. Instead of being decor, big freaking decor na wala namang gagamit kasi walang shade. Who's gonna sit there? No one. Lagyan natin ng shade para magamit. And then, planters, terracotta pots, big planters. This is a personal take. I really like planters sa gardens. Why? Because they look so nice. It adds texture. It adds textures. It adds depth, color, height, visual interest. Just add more planters to your house, I would suggest. Okay, first, again, let's start with the sofa. This is from B&B Italia. Actually, also the lounge. The lounge chairs are also from B&B Italia. And yes, may cushion. I'm gonna hold your hands when I say this. The cost of beauty is maintenance. Yeah, we're gonna add cushions sa outdoor furniture. Lalo na kung meron ka namang tao na maglilinis. why not add, luxury? And also, this is outdoor fabric. Dirt washes off easily. It's from B&B Italia, high quality. Why not? Let's do it instead of that plastic furniture, outdoor furniture. Not cute. Outdoor loungers, again, instead of that plastic outdoor lounger na very uncomfortable, let's add something with cushion. This is from Business and Pleasure. Also, I'm gonna add parasols. This is from Tucci. Because why not? It's gonna be a vibe. Again, who doesn't like a good shade? Right? Next, maglalagay tayo ng outdoor dining area. And this is an outdoor table. Again, from B&B Italia. And we're gonna pair it with this wrought iron cruel from Topo's Workshop. Look at it. Right? Super nice. And compared sa interior spaces, mapapansin nyo na all white yung pinili kong furniture outdoors. And that's because we're going to add colors sa details. One, salbabida. When we are designing pools, nakakalimutan natin yung details. Salbabida. Also, bibigyan ko sila ng tray and ashtray from Hermes. Well, hindi ko sila bibigyan. Magsasuggest ako na bumili sila kasi hindi ko to kaya bilhin. These are the brands that I used for this space. If you want them, you can screenshot now for the details. And this is how it would look like. Do you see the vision? Right. Ganda. I really like it. Everything's the furniture all white with this stripe motif, and then everything else is greeneries. I would assume she would have flowers, which would complement the accessories. And yeah, instead of that plain ass Bermuda grass. That's enough of that. Guys, if you have money, if you have a garden in your house, just plant more trees. The world needs it anyway. And lastly, the exterior. My gosh. This blue is giving me seizures. I do not like this at all. The orange accents, absolutely not. And then, oof, no. Do you see the lack of plants? It's crazy. All this garden space tapos walang plants. Let's not do that, guys. Yeah. First, I want to remove the color. Now that we have a blank canvas, I would then add contrast with the stone texture, and then the window grills, I would personally make it black. Also, adding a black window seals would actually be better from the interiors anyway. The black lines, your eyes kind of cancel everything out. How do I explain this? Here's white window seal and this is black. The black is so much better because you can appreciate the outside more. So I personally always use black in my design. It makes more sense. It's better actually, and it's like low maintenance compared to white. Next, we will be adding more plants. See how nicer it looks already? Right, ganda. And then, lalagyan natin ng texture yung soffit. Ginagawa na to sa Philippines. all the time na may wood finish yung soffit. It's a really good way to terminate the edge of an exterior wall para mas ma-appreciate natin yung height ng space. Like this is the before and this is the after. Adding that dark brown color sa soffit would make everything more cohesive, everything more grounded. And now you can actually appreciate the height of the house. Also, buksan natin yung lights. Right. Ganda. And then lastly, add texture. Medyo mild lang yung texture, but I added this limestone finish sa walls. Mas makita nyo siya in night view. This is the night view. If you can spot the difference in texture sa exterior tiles, everything is more cohesive. Hindi na siya masakit sa mata. This is still a little too much for my taste. There's still too many things going on, but since we are considering this as a renovation project, all we can do is to facelift. I think it turned out pretty solid. And I really like it. This is how it would look like all together. This is so much nicer than what we have before. I think we achieved our design goals to have a maximalist space. Whimsical, dramatic, colorful, and lots of brands. That is it for today. I don't really know what to do next. If you have any idea what I should design next, please comment. Or if you don't like what I did, please also comment. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is the Bayag house designed by me. Bye!